Here's a mess. I got new shampoo, new conditioner.
New shampoo, no conditioner. Actually,
Tea tree oil, though.
We could turn... maybe I'll just do that. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Is that the sound of where it go? Are you playing the music this time?
No, it's difficult. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
We're just gonna... Don't worry, it'll be there. It'll be there in post.
Fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. That's our motto. Welcome to Mission Stories, everybody. This is Troy. Then Lyndon's here, too.
Lyndon is here.
Now, you know what? This is nice. Doesn't this feel nice?
Feels like I just came home.
We had another guest, the very talented Dave Hyatt.
Best in the business.
Best in the biz. He's a movie guy, and we had him on. He wanted to come on and promote Cyborgs, a thing that he made that I was in, and
he also wanted to tell some mission stories.
He did, and he did tell some mission stories, and there's some pretty interesting ones there. I do like the one story about how he upset an entire ward.
Yeah.
And
in such a strange way.
Yeah. In a way, I
was ready for him to insult the patriarch's wife or something.
Yeah.
In the middle of his talk.
Have you ever insulted anyone like that? Like on the mission, did you ever just insult anyone?
You know what? My middle name was Elder
Kind and
Tact Naglis.
Elder Lyndon Tact Naglis.
They're like, does he have a lot of pizzazz? Does he have a lot of moxie? They're like, not particularly. But does he have tact?
He's got
tact for days.
He's tactful. Yeah.
They called me Ticky Tack Naglis because of all my tact.
Ticky Tack Nag!
Look at you, a Tic Tac.
This episode has a different energy. I like it. David is a very, he's kind of a serious man. He's kind of a not serious man. Who is he serious? I can't tell.
Well, you almost said it when you're talking about you're a character. He has an air of I'm Dave Hyatt.
Yeah.
You're almost just let him ride out.
Yeah. Ride the wave. Ride the Dave wave. Ooh, I like that.
Dave wave.
The Dave wave. Mostly just because it rhymes. We got a new microphone. I don't know. Maybe this is the first time maybe people are seeing you with this microphone. You can see it on the frame. I think it sounds instantly better. I think it picks up.
Have you been sandbagging me this whole time?
I think it picks up your dulcet tones a little better. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of don't know what we're going to talk about. I did have sort of a story connected to upsetting a ward, though, and we never really talked about it. It's about how my companion upset the ward.
Well, obviously it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. Everyone loved me. But we were in this ward, my companion and I, for 4.5 months, and I thought we were doing great, and I thought people loved us and everything. We go visit these families, and they were really into us. I've never told him this to this day, but I was on exchanges once, and we were getting gas, and I was outside, and one of these family, the dad was like, Cooper. And I was like, huh? He's like, Cooper, over here. And he was getting some gas, and so I go, he's like, what's up, man? He's just like, we hate your companion. Out of nowhere, we hate him. And
did they follow you to the gas station to let you know?
They might have. They might have. But they're like, we hate him. He's so annoying, and and granted, he was kind of screwing around with the dog of the people who we lived with a little too much. He would scare the dog and kind of condition it to be afraid of elder pet. I almost said it.
Is this the Filipino lady's dog?
No, this is later. I've told, this is the first story from this stage of my mission that I've told. And so, but anyway, so he used to terrorize this dog, and he would hide around the corner. He would he'd make the dog chase him around the house, and then he would hide around a corner, and then you know, it's a dog. It just sort of like goes by and doesn't know where it is. And so when the dog was coming back around the corner, he was like, ah! Scare the dog.
I was a little startled.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. And then the dog started like exhibiting signs of like post-traumatic stress or something, where it would just poop everywhere. Like it didn't normally do this, but it like pooped in our room as like a revenge or something.
It knew what it was doing.
It knew what it was doing. So anyway, I just thought that just made me think of that. And I just was like, how? I had no idea that people didn't like my companion. We're starting off right off the bat with a mission story.
It's almost like this is what the podcast is about.
It's almost like people wish we told more mission stories on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
Tell other people's mission stories that they send in.
Has anyone done that?
No. We can't do that in that case. Never mind.
Send in your good mission stories.
Yeah.
We'll read them.
That's better. How are you doing, Lyndon? This just feels so right.
Pretty good.
Back to basics, you know?
Just the two-man crew.
Enough of these guests. Sick of guests.
Two guests were already just like, ugh.
Done with that.
How do you even manage this? They have their own unique schedules and they say things of their own free will. And
it's just like, you're not Troy and Lyndon.
You're
not.
You know what this podcast has?
That other podcasts don't have.
What is it?
You and I.
I got it this time. I never do.
He did. Folks, he did. You know what I'm kind of worried about is that camera filling up with space before we're done, as is wont to happen. This frame is much better than the frame we had for David. As you mentioned, he's framed poorly in the shot, and I feel kind of bad about it. But it was too late. It was too late. It was already happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You're on
trying to sell my Saturn, as I was just telling you. Yes. So if anyone's looking to buy a car, you got $800.
$800. Why are you selling it? Careful what you say next, because it's a piece of crap.
Because I have a line on a new vehicle.
Oh, what's the vehicle?
It's a Honda.
A Civic?
An Accord.
Poor man's Civic.
The Accord is like the full-size version.
Is it the higher end version?
Yeah.
Shoot. I don't know a thing about Hondas.
So, you know,
I'm a Toyota man.
Slide into our DMs. Give me an offer on the Saturn. Better than these flaky Kijiji guys.
These Kijiji scrubs.
Yeah, they're all like, would you take $400? And I'm like, yes. How did you know that when I said $800, I meant half of that?
Would you take $400 for it, though?
No.
Why not? You didn't even pay for that car. It's like 1,000 years old. Come on.
I think it's like worth more to just have a car kicking around.
Fair.
Than it is to sell it for $400.
Yeah, $400. You can't even. That's like a Wii, or like, what's the next thing? What's the new Nintendo thing? The Switch. That's like a Switch.
I know.
You could trade your car for a Nintendo Switch.
I know the guys that have been asking about it are like, "Oh, it cost me $150 to fill up my truck. I need something cheaper." And I'm like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "This car costs like 5 tanks of gas.
Yeah.
So pony up.
Pony up, pal. Pony up, you scrub." Did you call him a scrub?
No.
You truck scrub.
This one guy in particular, he looked like the brown-haired Louis C.K. And so I was really hoping he'd buy it.
Speaking of topical topics, should we talk about that? What do you think he's up to right now?
Nothing that I could say on this podcast.
I was like, yeah, how far can we walk down that road before
Probably planning his return to comedy.
Yeah. Do you think he's planning it?
Maybe that was Louis C.K. looking to buy my Saturn. He just like dyed his hair.
He's just like, yeah, I gotta relocate to Calgary.
No, dye my hair and buy a Saturn.
Dye my hair and buy a Saturn. That's how you get back in comedy. Well, good luck to you with that.
Thank you.
I guess. No, not I guess. I know.
I really look forward to the day that a true and faithful buys that car.
Buys your car. Hey, if any of you want to buy Lyndon's car, it's a Saturn
2004
2004
Saturn Ion.
Saturn Ion. And you want to keep your eye on that because
It's a sweet deal.
you never know when it's going to roll away because the brakes don't work. The handbrakes, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Car works great.
I've ridden in it like one time. It was coming home from paintball. The one time I went paintballing with you and several others.
That was a good. I remember you guys were adamant. It's like it's time Lyndon carries his weight around here and drives for once.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey guys, there's no air conditioning. It's
was
like
awful.
30 degrees. The speakers are really low quality, so
Yeah.
like music isn't an option.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
was-
way to listen to your own music anyway.
You just
That
have to
technology
listen
didn't
to
exist in 2004.
one channel in the AM radio.
Yeah, you listen to talk radio.
Yeah.
It's also the only frequency those speakers can handle.
They'll blow out otherwise.
Anything with more energy and those factory speakers are like, "Ew."
They're like,
So I was like, this is what you guys want. I'll deliver.
if this is
And you had a miserable time.
I did, yeah.
And you were sitting in the front seat.
I was in the front. Paintball was more fun than I thought it would be. The last time I had went paintballing was with actually, yeah, it was with it was Kelly Ersenbach's wedding thing or whatever. And the last time
Bachelor party.
just bachelor party. And the last time I had gone paintballing was with the Ersenbachs in his brother Jake's party. I was 8 years old. And guess what I did the whole time?
Paintballed?
Hid
Oh.
for fear. I was a little.
You hadn't watched any Vietnam movies yet.
No, I didn't have any fantasies of like running through the bush and getting shot from behind and like doing one of those things.
Yeah, no joy from simulating war when you're just a child. That's a man's business.
That's a man's game. And we played. Yeah, I got my USS Missouri. I don't know if the iPhone does it flip the image? I think it does. Anyway, it looks backwards on my head right now, but my parents got this in Hawaii. You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
You never will either.
I'm not a traveling kind of guy.
You're really not, are you?
Well,
What's the farthest place you've been?
I did go to Tijuana one time.
Tijuana.
I went to Tijuana to get some tacos.
Did you get some Percocet while you were there?
You know, we did get stopped for a random search.
Yeah,
So they're
man.
like, oh, you went to Tijuana for 45 minutes. They're like, I wonder what you could have done. We're like, we got tacos.
Dude.
So they're like, you're going to be randomly searched. Everyone get out of the car.
How much did they pull some panels off or what? Of the car?
They definitely were poking around. They were probably looking for some false panels.
Was there a dog?
Because the other problem was they're like, three of you came into the States through different ports of entry. One guy came from Australia, and you were in Tijuana for 45 minutes. They're like, no, this is absolutely just,
Right.
You're not up to anything good.
Nothing good will come from this.
I think there was only one good thing we could have been doing,
What's that?
getting tacos in Mexico.
And that's what you were doing.
Every other option would have been like, they're like, are you like a hit squad for the cartels?
Are you all sicarios?
They're like, that's just as likely as you guys went there
Getting
just for tacos.
They have a little probability calculator. They're just getting tacos, 50%. Sicarios, 50%. Then they flip a coin and decide to search your car.
I think they were just like, could you not get tacos in San Diego? We're like, well, I suppose you could.
But you also couldn't get Percocet with them on the side. My dad, we went to Tijuana once, and my dad bought a whole tub of penicillin.
Why?
I don't know.
For his 72-hour kit?
For just whenever he needed some penicillin, whenever
Whenever he wanted some unprescribed penicillin.
yeah, some antibiotics. And so we got that. My mom was busy so here's us in Tijuana. My mom is this rampant shopper. She goes to all these little shops, and she's a tease to all the shop owners. She'll pick up a thing and be like, "Oh," and then obsess over it for an hour, and they put in so much time. They're batting other customers away, just hundreds of thousands of pesos worth of man hours wasted on my mom, and then she'll just be like, "I'll come back later." And guess what?
She's not coming back.
She never does. So anyway, that's happening.
She just likes the chase.
She just likes the chase. So that's happening over there. And one time this Mexican guy was like selling my mom like a gold chain, and he's like behind my mom and like putting on this gold just so intimately on her neck from behind, and we're just like.
But your dad's busy doing some like
illegal
drug deals.
Some drug deals. And
it's like, is this the good stuff?
Is this real penicillin?
Is this going to kill superbugs?
Superbugs? Is it good enough for the superbugs?
And no, but we're just like watching this. We're like, this is weird. And then we go and my dad gets tricked into buying like a really sturdy shoe for me, like a sandal. And they were so uncomfortable. And anyway, penicillin, gold chains. We go back to
Tijuana's a nice place.
You like it?
Well, when I said nice, I meant to say interesting.
When I said nice and interesting, I meant to say horrifying and terrifying.
Like we had like GPS and like there was roads, but they were just washed out. They were gone.
Yeah, that's Mexico for you.
Yeah.
And also the lanes. Is it Mexico? Yeah, like Mexico City. I've never been, but like I've in documentaries where they're driving and it's just like lanes mean nothing to them.
I mean, it sounds like India, but I'll also go ahead and say
Sorry, Mexico. All of our Mexican listeners. We have 0 of those, by the way.
Well, let's not rule that out. I bet we have a strong Latin following.
We should do like a little, I can give you like my little, yo soy el recupero misionero de la Iglesia de Jesucristo de los Santos de los Dos Últimos Días. Un misionero de la... Wait, I already said that.
Yeah.
Yo soy, no hablo mucho español. I used to say no hablo español after I said that like whole thing. And people would laugh every time I did because it's like, obviously you spoke that Spanish.
Yeah.
So I had to change it to no hablo mucho español. And I don't know if that's correct Spanish or not.
Yeah. Anytime they asked me if I spoke any Spanish, I'd say muy poquito. And they would always laugh.
Little song.
I don't know what that means. To this day, people are like, poquito's not really a word.
Really?
Because I thought it was like,
I thought it was a word.
Very
Poquito,
little.
yeah, a little bit.
It's like very little, and it's like, like a pun in Spanish. Where it's like, that's not proper Spanish, but it makes sense.
I thought when you said, like, whenever people ask me if I spoke Spanish, you know what I said? No.
Nah, not exactly.
Not
Muy poquito, and they're like, ja.
Oh man, that's like a whole other topic of mission stories. All the like Spanish experiences. Should we go back to format? What's our format again? I forget. Some feedback.
Did we get any emails?
We have. It was kind of a depressing week for emails.
I heard we got roasted.
We got roasted.
I believe we have to read that. Or you do. And I get to react.
Okay. I'd have to find it. I gotta find it. I did not. Let's see if we can find it. No internet connection. Great. Let me just scroll down here. Filling in the time. Braden's gonna love this. He's just like, how dare. Actually, yeah. So this roast comes from your brother Braden. Mm-hmm. He's in like Europe right now.
Yeah, I think he's in Greece.
Incredible.
I'm looking after his cats for him.
You're the cat whisperer, are you?
Cat feeder.
You're the cat feeder, are you?
They get special treatment. I give them food and a pat on the head.
And what do they do in return?
Whatever cats do.
They don't eat your lips at night.
Yeah, I guess. They have yet to try and eat me.
I just really want to keep this going so that I don't have to edit this part out. I want this to be interesting enough to not edit out. Because I hate editing.
You got emails and the review up?
Not yet. I'm still clicking around. View in iTunes Store. Okay, we're almost there. Lyndon, we're almost there. Holy crap.
I don't know if this is going to make it.
We've done 15 episodes now. That 3 in a week was a real...
No, it really shot up the number of episodes.
Yeah, it really did. We have 13 ratings, 4.5 stars. That's pretty good. Let's see who. Okay, so Braden N says 5 stars, A++. This might be one of the worst podcasts I have ever listened to. Offensive content, boring hosts, poor mic quality, 0 editing. Try a little harder, guys. Oh my gosh.
Only half of those things are true.
Only half. You know what? I'm glad he just focused on the podcast and not on us, like, personally. You know?
Well, he said boring hosts. That's pretty personal.
I guess you're right. I feel bad now.
But he knows our mics are the hottest mics.
The hottest mics there are.
Yeah.
You're sounding good this episode, by the way. Like, mic-wise, volume-wise.
You say that like I haven't sounded good before.
Just last week, you were
I'm
just
really
like,
taking this review to heart right now.
I think it just got we got to the doctrinal delights portion, and I think we were both just like tired and sort of like contemplative, and you just got like very.
The sun was coming in through the window, and it was really just like draining me.
Yeah.
So I kind of get to be like this.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, yeah, you know, the spirit is an interesting thing.
You know what I'm realizing right now too, and this is bugging me. I'm wondering if this is gonna I think I'm doing this wrong camera wise.
Well, you can't change now.
I can't change now. Dang it.
Continuity.
Whatever, dude. So anyway, that was our one thing, and someone commented on the our YouTube page, which we have one video up,
Nice.
and they said, if you want to make it big, it should be called Mormon Mission Stories.
Well, they're dumb and wrong.
We hate you. Just kidding. I don't know. It's too late now. It's too late for that. It's too late for changing the name of the podcast.
We've already ripped off Johnny D.
John DeLynn, our favorite.
We already our title's already derivative of his. We don't need to make it more.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
And this is the brand. They
This
have
is-
no idea.
They have no idea. We have all these sketches that people love.
Love and adore.
Love and adore.
So
So those are our 2 feedbacks for the week. Really, it was a week where we kind of needed feedback because it's like we tried this big experiment. Maybe the experiment failed. I don't know. If you're listening to this, honestly, we do need to kind of know if that was good or if you liked it or not, or like, what do you like?
yeah,
Maybe-
before you unsubscribe,
Yeah.
tell us why.
We'll do whatever it takes to get you back. We're desperate.
Give you a 10% promo code.
10% promo code. Oh, we got to get mugs, dude. This should be a Mission Stories hat. I should wear a Mission Stories shirt, mugs, a pen, a fidget spinner,
Bucket. I want long sleeve t-shirts.
long sleeve,
short sleeve t-shirts.
short sleeve, mid sleeve t-shirts,
Sleeveless.
sleeveless
For basketball.
t-shirt for basketball. Oh,
Bucket hats.
honestly,
Fishing hats.
we should
Fishing lures.
we should take note of all of this because this sounds great and I love it all. Fishing lures, no.
I say mission stories on them.
You know what I've kind of, you know what I've kind of been obsessed with ever since you said it. I think this was off mic, but a black on slate black mug of
Yeah.
Mission Stories.
Yeah.
I've just been thinking about that. I'll be like about to go to sleep and I'll just be thinking about how sexy that mug would look. It's like, ooh. And then off to dreamland I go. So anyway, that's our feedback. Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you liked or not liked. Did you like the doctrinal discourse, the lights?
The
Audience? Also you, Lyndon, did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember. I remember the first one we did quite well.
Yeah.
I don't remember the second one.
It was less memorable, I think. I listened to it today. It's kind of interesting, but I like to just listen to my own self-talk, so, you know, I'm a bit biased.
But Doctrinal Delights 3.
It's going to be the bomb.
That one's going to come at you.
It's going to rock your socks off.
But I think the people like it.
I think so, too. We should continue it. I know we have, like, 2 female listeners who want to come on and specifically just to discuss topical topics.
Yeah.
So we got to do at least one or two more. We'll do one today. Should we
I'm
do it?
already sick of having like people that have served missions tell their stories.
I know.
We've had one.
We've had. And I'm already sick of it.
I'm already like, oh my gosh.
Ay, ay, ay.
I know. It's weird because we do have a dynamic, Lyndon. We have a dynamic, and when you introduce a new component in, it changes everything.
I know.
It changes
I'm convinced
everything. What?
we just have the best mission stories.
Ours?
Yeah. Obviously, that's the answer.
Here's the other thing too. Maybe we can talk about the future of the podcast. But people are like, it's like, how many mission stories can you possibly have?
That was like week 3.
Yeah, and it's like true, fair point. But I think there's a lot of, and I think it depends on like what people want, I suppose. But like, I don't know. We can evolve. We can move. I think we're already evolving. We're talking about more than just mission stories.
Yeah. We're crawling out of the primordial mud of podcasts.
The primordial zoop. So we'll see. I don't know.
I think it's going to go a lot of kind of like the sketches.
Yeah.
Or the first one.
First one is exactly what it claims to be, and then as they go on, they're just like
Less and less of what their title is.
less and less of what the title is, and more of
Whatever else.
Whatever we want. You and I, 100 years of
Troy and Lyndon, 100 years.
100 years. Szechuan sauce. That's all I care about. So, what else do we talk? Topical topics. Do you have a topical topic?
Nope.
Do you care about anything? I actually did kind of want to mention something.
Oh, yeah?
I saw this was on someone on Facebook posted this, and it was a statement. Actually, no, these are two different things. Anyway, the church made like an official statement about Donald Trump's like camps for like splitting up kids and stuff.
Yeah.
The church made a statement about that. They got political, which is
Yeah. I think they've long been about the immigration reform.
yeah. So that's kind of is that groundbreaking? The fact that they said anything political. Because I thought they were...
I don't know. Well, it's just having served in Arizona, and the policy was baptize as many illegals as you can. We're like, but they're not living the law of the land, one of our commandments. And the church was
Quiet,
like,
you.
church was like, it's a stupid law of the land.
We hate it.
They're like,
Gotta
we
get
gotta,
those numbers up.
they're like, forget about saving their jorbs.
Yeah.
They're like, let's save some souls.
Save their souls.
So,
yeah, and the whole idea is that like they're for keeping families together. That's what I like a lot about the church.
Well, everyone is.
Who is not?
It tied back
Donald
into the polygamy topic.
Oh, how so?
Well, remember we talked about they don't.
right.
They don't prosecute
They don't want to split up
polygamy
families. That's right.
because it's like you got to split up families, and
Yeah.
everyone hates that.
Nobody wants that.
And
Yeah.
so now it's like they're trying to split up families at the border, and it goes back same thing. No one likes it.
No. So anyway, I thought that was just interesting that the church made like a political statement, and I guess it is. It
Well,
happens
it's
to be
hardly-
political
it's
right now, but it's just more of like a reinforcement of their beliefs about like. I mean, I guess they got political with Prop 8 too, right? Do we want to? No.
No comment. I was in Arizona at the time
Oh,
for
were
a
they
different
defeat-
for a different proposition.
I got a proposition for you. Want to get baptized?
Yeah.
Did that hurt baptisms at the time? I bet it did.
Well, not in Arizona
No,
because like Prop 8.
elsewhere,
Prop
though.
8 was in California, and that one was
Right.
famous.
Right.
I think it was like Proposition whatever 62. I don't know.
Yeah.
In Arizona, and there was like 3 people in Arizona that were pro gay marriage in 2008.
Yeah, different time. Anyway, that was my topical topic. I have nothing really more to say about that other than I just thought it was interesting.
I guess some of the follow up to in our previous topical topic, we mentioned silly bishops and
Yeah.
how Josh Langstaff called him out. And one true and faithful, an engineer, was just like, you really got to give Josh a better shout out. Because like he got up because the bishop gets up after sacrament to
Yeah.
give his spiel, and then Josh at the time gets up as family home evening, And he's the one who's like, Bishop, A, you got the title of the movie wrong. B, we have an entirely different rating system here in Canada. And he just absolutely, and then he's like,
point for point.
yeah, he just
him.
like, just rebuted everything he said. Rebuttals.
He rebutted him.
There was rebuts.
Rebuts.
And then he's just like, everyone falls down, Bishop, but it's up to you to get back up. And then he like walked away. And
he
I remember
ripped the mic out of the stand, dropped it, and then walked away.
And we were just talking about how so many times Josh Langstaff saved our testimony during that regime. Like when he went on a church fast because he wanted the bishopric to apologize to me over an incident.
A church fast.
Yeah, like it was like a hunger strike. It was like church strike.
I'll starve my soul.
And he was like, I'm not going back to church until they apologize to you. And I had to like sit down and be like, Josh. They're never going to apologize to me. You should really go back to church.
Just go back to church.
But did it affirm my testimony? Did it save my faith? Yes. And I was like, we don't deserve Josh.
He is like a true friend of the podcast. He's like one of these guys who like anytime you need someone, and especially for like the sketches that we do in film, he's the first guy who's like, yeah, I'm there. Uh-huh. Yep. Yes. And it's needed. It's necessary.
Yeah. I think the first time
Thank
someone
you,
said,
Josh.
Lyndon, you should start a podcast. And I was like, well, I don't know. I swear, I think Josh actually like went and ordered a mic for me. Like I think he bought like a lav mic. And he's like, it's okay. You can use it. I'll probably use it too. I'm just going to order it just in case you do start a podcast.
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
And I was like, bless his heart.
Bless your heart. We have these like sick mics though. We don't need your bull crap. Lavaliers though.
Lavaliers. More like garbage. The finals Cavaliers.
Okay, that's a soft spot. That was really sad. Was it a blowout?
They got swept.
Is LeBron done for? What's up? What's the deal? Is it just too good of a team like with what's his name? Durant.
The Warriors, yeah.
I think Durant is the magic.
Well, if we want to talk about basketball, which some of our true and faithful have requested.
Sure.
Caleb.
Great.
Caleb also loves getting his name dropped on the podcast.
Caleb's
like, could you talk about basketball more? I was like, no.
No.
Not on a Mission Stories podcast.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know.
But now you asked, LeBron. Rumor is they're trying to trade Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers. And if they can do that, LeBron, for sure, would go join the Lakers.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
He would only go to the Lakers if they brought in another superstar.
Dude. Oh. See, I kind of love basketball for these, like, Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones aspect of basketball, I love. Yeah. Trading.
Yeah, they always, on the NBA subreddit, they always compare it to, like, anime. They think it, like, the league is very much like Dragon Ball Z or something. I don't get the reference. But
yeah,
like
I could see that.
They constantly, like, the drama of these, like, super beings unfolding.
Vegeta, you have to give me your power. Why should I give it to you? You are not a prince of...
Frick, what's the home planet called? I thought
it was Earth.
No.
Don't they save Earth in Dragon Ball Z?
What's the Saiyan planet called? Is it just Seiya? I don't know. So anyway, basketball, Dragon Ball Z, great.
Drama, we love it.
Drama, we love it. That was a weird noise. Okay, so topical topics, housekeeping, mission stories.
I guess I could follow up my prank story.
I have one thing I want to say before that. A good friend of the podcast, and just a good friend, Mike Mitchell, he said that my Jordan Peterson was like 95% on. And I agree with him. I listened to that episode and I was like, did they get Jordan Peterson to come on for a second? Oh, wait, no, it's me.
Yeah, Alex gave you a real hard time.
It was so good.
I mean, I'd probably say it was more like 85% Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson!
12 rules for life.
But this blows my mind. This means Michael Mitchell, A, we're now allowed to say his name on the podcast, and B, it means he listens or listened.
He listened to that episode, yeah. Yeah, Mike.
This is monumental.
Why don't you join us on the podcast? We'd love to have you.
Come on, Michael.
Come on, Mike. Join us. Have you ever seen a movie called Freaks?
I don't think so.
You should watch it. My dad made us watch it when we were little kids. It's about, and they use it's like this real exploitation film of like physically differently abled people, and circus freaks is what it's about. Anyway, they say Google gobble, one of us, and that's anyway. Okay.
What was the lesson your father wanted you to learn?
I think he wanted us to be like traumatized just enough to be like funny or like interesting, It's like I saw that meme. It's like I'm really worried. Like, how much trauma do I need to give my kids so that they're funny?
Right.
And it's a fair question because it's like
can't be none.
You gotta have some trauma. You gotta be bullied. You gotta feel bad. You gotta go through. You gotta cry into a journal at some point.
Oh yeah.
So tell me, you have a mission story. It's a prank.
Right.
Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, I think, 3 weeks ago was probably the last time I told a mission story.
I know. We pull a guest on, and then you're just, I feel bad. You're like, you become the Andy Richter,
Andy Richter, the Swedish German.
The Swedish German. That's why I miss this, these you and me episodes, man.
Yeah. It's you and me. The lamp.
The what?
Well, we got a lamp on this time.
You and me and the lamp. It looks good. I don't know. We're going to have to lighten up your footage for sure. We got a shadow on you. Gonna have to color grade it.
You're going to have to throw out all the footage.
Yeah.
But, I told a prank story.
Yeah.
And then I had a follow-up prank to where I kind of got pranked.
Let's hear it.
So this was the blue cake.
Lyndon's pranks.
Lyndon's mission pranks.
Little stinger.
So I was a district leader. That's right.
You were a district leader?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Leader of the district.
Heck yeah.
And for this special... as you can imagine, I would often put on entertaining trainings.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the end of my mission. I did not take it seriously.
You didn't give a rip.
You could probably say that about my whole mission.
Duly noted.
Didn't take things super seriously.
No.
So it was a lot of like, whose line is it anyway games, but like mission style.
Oh, man.
So the zone leaders would often want to come to my district
Yeah.
for trainings because they were usually just like quoting rap lyrics or we were playing fun improv games.
Yeah.
Well, that's all a mission is. Improv.
We did that too, actually. I did that too because I had like a background in improv in high school and stuff. So that was like a training. We did like use this object to like approach me and do like much like how the universe spins. That was a really loud motorcycle. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Excuse me, sir. How's it going?
Oh, I'm late for work.
Okay, well, just 1 second. Just how you ever wondered, just like how this fidget spinner spins? Did you know that Kolob is the star most closest to God, around which God's planet spins? Do you want to learn about the gospel of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
It's been a while, folks. It's been like 10 years.
You haven't done a cold contact on anyone?
I haven't done one of those in a while.
A cold set?
A cold set. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you were district leader. You gave fun trainings.
They're
improv
they're
games.
entertaining.
Yeah.
And so the zone leaders come, and they brought a cake. And they're like, "Hey,
Cake.
District 8B." I don't know how districts were called.
We did like wards, the Jonesboro district or whatever. You know.
We never had names. We were like, it probably would have been like Queen Creek 12.
Okay.
But they're like, we brought
12.
you a cake, just a random sheet cake from the zone leaders. And they're like, we didn't even bake it. Some other elders in the zone baked it, and we're going to feed it to you. And I was like, I'm not an idiot. There is 100%. There is 0 chance this cake is legit.
There's dog feces in here.
There's nothing, and it was like poorly constructed. It was like a haphazard icing job. So I was like, okay, leave it to the side. We'll deal with it afterwards.
I'll eat this later.
So at the end of the meeting, the zone leaders are like, eat up, elders. And we're all like, obviously we're not going to eat this cake. What's wrong with it? So they're like, okay, we'll tell you. They're like, it's full of methyl blue. And we're like, okay, so that doesn't make it any more appetizing. They're like, it's this sweet medical dye. They're like, it'll turn like your pee blue. You just got to eat the cake. And we're like, okay, that still sounds like you're trying to poison us. You're like, what's the dosage? How much did you even put in this cake? Then they finally admitted that like the elders that like got this stuff from a member up in the mountains of Arizona, because it's like, I don't know where he got this, but like they mixed it into Kool-Aid.
Right.
Drank a whole bunch of it. And then they were at their dinner appointment, and they said they ate dinner, and then they had to go to the bathroom, and they just vomited up this just deep blue. It was just all gone. They couldn't help it.
Yeah.
They were just like threw it up
at the member's house.
At the member's house.
Right.
And like he made it to the sink, and he like clogged the sink with his blue puke. And then they had to like.
Wait, the members did this to them?
No. They did it to
did it to
themselves.
themselves.
Like they were testing it. So they're like, let's do this right before a dinner. They didn't know. They didn't know that if you like ingest it in large quantities, it'll make you throw up.
Right.
And so at this point, they're like, and it was just like the one companion. And so the members laughed. The members were like, this is hilarious, as they're like plunging their sink.
I would
then,
never
like,
have missionaries over again.
Yeah. And then like the other companion, they're like riding their bikes home after the dinner appointment. And he's like, oh, you're such a weakling. You had to like throw up. And then he just projectile vomits while he's riding his bike. Just like blah, big stream of blue puke. Because it's like, you can't control this stuff.
Just Smurf puke everywhere.
And so they're like, you know what we ought to do? Let's bake this into a cake and make other missionaries eat it.
Let's inflict this on others.
Yeah. But obviously they're not very tricky.
No.
But then the zone leaders like tell everyone this story. So they're like, you should try it to see what happens. And then everyone's just like, okay. Because the zone leaders had to do it first. So finally they're like, we will lead by example, you're fearless leaders. And they started eating the cake.
Yeah.
And
they willingly did it again.
Yeah, so they like ate a full piece. And I was like, you know what? Missions are all about unity. So I was like, I'll eat a sliver
Band
of
of
the
brothers,
cake.
baby.
Yeah. I was just like, if everyone else is going to die, I'm going to die with them just half as slowly because I ate like a quarter, a little sliver of the cake.
Yeah.
So then afterwards we go out for lunch, out to a little burrito joint, the district and the zone leaders. And then the one zone leader has to excuse himself to the bathroom. And he throws up, and he stains the toilet of the restaurant. Like he's flushing the toilet, but he's changed the color of the porcelain. It's blue now. And so he has to like
it's
go
just
to
been cleaned.
Yeah. So he has to like go to the restaurant owner and be like, can we get some bleach?
Here's the thing. I threw up in your toilet, stained it blue.
Yeah.
Not proud of it, but it did happen.
You're like, yeah, my vomit is deep blue and like unnaturally blue. Like, how do you explain this? Because he was like, he comes out of the bathroom and he's dripped a little on his shirt. There's like a blue stain on his shirt.
Were his teeth all blue? Was his mouth all blue?
Yeah. and he's just like,
everybody.
He's like, how do we go about this? I was like, I don't know. I don't know how you. I was like, my solution. I was like, let's all just get out of here. But he's like, no, I have to fix it. So then he goes and he like bleaches the toilet for this restaurant owner, and that fixes it. And he's like, all right, we got to get out of here.
Get the hell out of here.
And we're like, so that's patient zero.
Yeah.
Because then suddenly, like other missionaries are like, I don't feel so good.
Mr. Stark.
They're like, I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
And the zone leaders are like, okay, we might have caused an emergency here. So they're like, everyone, you can do whatever you want. Go back and do your work. He's like, but also we're all just going to drive to the Spanish elder's house, because the Spanish elder's always at house, and we're gonna see what happens. Because other missionaries are like, yeah, and they're like, I don't feel good. So then we all drive to the Spanish elder's house.
Yeah. Go
into their backyard, which, as you can imagine, in the desert of Arizona with like missionaries, it's just like dirt and weeds.
Yeah.
And so then, I was going to say the zone, everyone films the Spanish elders. They're like on their hands and knees, and like there's 110 degrees. It's dirt. They take their shirt off. They're like undressed. They're like shirtless in the backyard. And we're just filming him. He's just like, he's just like throwing up this. It's like purple. It's not even blue. It's like deep purple. And he's just like all over the backyard. And we're just filming this. And we're like, this couldn't even go on YouTube.
No.
This would get blocked on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're like, are we bad missionaries? And so, yeah.
That's when you questioned it.
As it's just like, is this the best use of an afternoon? Because,
I mean, it's in the planner, but like, should we be doing
like,
it?
we wrote in the plans where, like, spend the afternoon throwing up this
blue
medical dye.
What is it called?
Methyl blue.
Methyl blue, not methylamine.
Yeah. And so then, here's the problem, is they all threw up and then felt great.
Yeah.
I didn't eat enough. So instead
no.
of throwing up, I just had a little tum-tum ache. My little tum-tums.
You little tum-tum.
And I was like, and my companion, of course, didn't eat any. So I'm like, I don't know if I can go out and work, Elder. My stomach hurts. And he's like, whatever. He thought we were all so dumb. We were.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I think I'll make it. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But was my next poop the bluest poop I've ever had in my life? Yeah.
You ever had a green poop?
I have a story. A story that I'm not sure about green poop. I'm not sure this gentleman would want me to share this, but I paid him, so I deserve to tell the story.
You paid him.
I have a story about green poop.
Let's hear it.
Out in Gull Lake.
You heard a blue poop story. How about a green poop story?
Here we go. I'm a young lad out at the lake.
Wait, is this gonna... go ahead. I'm not taking this down. Whatever you say.
My family's going to be like, come on. So I'm just out in the lake with my brother. Fan of the show. Roaster of roasters.
Yeah.
And we're just out swimming in the lake, as two young children are wont to do. And he's like, I got to poop. He's like, I think he said, he's like, I'm prairie dogging it. And I said, I'll give you $1 to poop in the lake. And 2 seconds later, he's like, done. Just flippantly, just like, hey, I'll give you $1 to poop in the lake. And then like, pause, done. And then I look, and then up, bloop, pops a little floater.
Yeah.
And I was like, I give you an 8 out of 10 because it's discolored. It's all green. He's like, I ate Fruit Loops for breakfast. And then a wave came and like broke it up, and we panicked and we ran away, and we got back to the cabin. I paid him $1.
$1.
And so
You're a man of your word, Lyndon.
So since I paid him that $1, I think I now own the story.
You own that. You paid the rights to that story.
So
the life rights.
And I'm telling it on the podcast because
Yeah.
I was going to tell it at his wedding, and he forbade me.
He forbade it.
But guess what?
Funny. What?
I can't be forbidden forever.
No longer. The statute of limitations has expired, Braden. Sorry. That's what you get for roasting us in the comments, bro. We like ask you to do, and then you.
We ask everyone for their feedback and to roast us.
We can't handle the first one.
Slight, like fake criticism, and we're like, oh,
Son of a.
I was like, you're getting your poop story told.
That's it, Braden. Yeah, we have blackmail on everyone. We go through a little file folder for it. That reminds. So
yeah, the methyl blue cake prank.
The methyl blue.
Not much of a prank because we all like did it
Yeah,
willingly,
it was
but
like a
no
willing
one was
thing.
prepared for the dramatic. Well, I mean, I was prepared because I refused to eat a whole piece.
Yeah. That I have two quick stories that remind me of what you said. So yeah, when we were zone leaders, we used to go to this one district a lot for district meeting because it was like yours. They had like these fun little games and everything. But it got to a point one time where we were like, how? Like, we're the zone leaders and we kind of have to... I mean, like, your zone leaders fed you blue, like, cakes. So, like, I don't know. I guess we were pretty...
I mean, one was my MTC companion. So.
Yeah. But we got to this point where it was just, like, one of these district meetings was, like, insane to the point of, like, it became, like, an episode of Jackass where, like, we get there and they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play... Crazy Cows. And we're like, what's Crazy Cow? And they started it like it was a game show. Like, they both left the room. They played a tape of like, and then they both run in on like opposite sides. And they're
Where
like,
did they even get this stuff?
I don't know. But they're like, we're like, okay, this is cool. And then like, we're going to play Crazy Cows today. And like how it worked is they like had this hat full of like challenges that you had to do. Mm-hmm. And so one of them was like, crack an egg on your face. And it was like, why? What does this
They
have?
just had eggs ready to go.
Yeah, they had eggs. And one of them, I think it was one of those things where it was like a hard boiled. One of these it was not.
Ooh.
It was one of those like a
Little
Russian
probability
roulette
thing.
Yeah. So I think somebody. Oh shoot, we're low. Hold on.
Panic time.
It's still going. Okay, good. So we gotta hurry this up. So I think someone got an egg on their face, and it was like as Zoli as we're like, oh, should we be like say something? Anyway, it got to me, and my thing was, oh no, that's what it was. If you picked up like one of the things, it was like, I don't know, we'll talk about a gospel thing. If it's a challenge, it's like you do the challenge, and so I like everyone's terrified. I just like throw my hand in, and it was drink a full gallon of water, and I was like, oh, come on, no. And they're like, yeah, the gallon of water, yes. And they like bring out this like full thing of water to the brim, just like tippy topped off. And I was like, nah, man, I can't do it. I think I started a little bit, but it tasted gross, like tap water or whatever. Like, and I was just like, I can't.
You're like, you didn't even get me bottled water. You brought hard-boiled eggs and raw eggs, but you couldn't bother to get me bottled water?
Bottled water, man. So anyway, that was just like a crazy...
See, it's good because
wacky.
I was constantly in fear of like, are the zone leaders coming this week? Because I am really pushing the boundaries of what constitutes a district meeting.
Yeah.
But it turns out they loved it, and they were so cool with it.
Yeah, they were like, they pushed it to the nth degree.
If only I would have known and wasn't crippled with anxiety about my training. But I mean, you get to the end of your mission, and you've had every district training at least 4 to 5 times.
What was your favorite one? There was one that I liked. There was like the Act Devastated training, where it's like that Jeffrey R. Holland's like, you should be devastated that they didn't keep their commitments, and then like you all practice being devastated. Did you do that one?
No, that's insane.
So they'd be like, there'd be a lineup, and the person would be like, did you read the Book of Mormon? And the guy would be like, no. And it'd be like, you son of a bitch.
You have to be like, ah!
Oh, yeah, so it was like, honestly, yeah, half of the trainings were just improv games.
No. My favorite was one I wrote early in my mission
You wrote like Jimmy Fallon bits for your district training.
I did Pistol Grip Pump by Rage Against the Machine did the famous cover of it, but Pistol Grip Pump on my lap at all times. It's a good song.
Right.
And so I wrote a training about that. About what is as a missionary, what is the pistol grip pump shotgun that you keep on your lap at all times?
Yeah. Book of Mormon.
The scriptures.
Scriptures. Okay.
And so, like, quoting the song, it'd be like, pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. They can, but they can't be with mine.
I love
so it's like anytime they want it with but they can't be with yours. It's just like no one can mess with you. It was all about resolving concerns using the scriptures.
Oh, I love it.
But it was just based on the pistol grip pump lyrics, which is hilarious as a missionary because most of it you can't say.
Yeah, it's just.
But when you just bleep it, everyone just loves it.
It's very funny. That's very funny.
So that one actually circulated throughout the mission. Other district leaders used it. Good. I was proud.
Good. What else? We did this fast one Sunday, or for this investigator that we found I was in love with. I was in love with this woman. She was beautiful.
I think I heard about her.
Did I tell this already?
Not on the podcast, but to me personally.
She was beautiful, and I loved her. And I'm sorry to my girlfriend for saying that, but it was true. I loved her, and she had a ankle restraining bracelet. She was under house arrest, but we wanted to get to church, and so we did a fast in order. She was like so weird though. She would like give us money. She'd be like, "Hold on one second." She'd go like leave the room. We'd be like, "What's going on?" She'd come back with $10. Like, here's some tithing, and we'd be like, "It doesn't work like that." But she was like super cool. Wanted to come to church, but she couldn't because of her ankle bracelet, house arrest, and so we're like, we're gonna fast in order to get you
Off of house arrest.
house arrest. Like that's how it works, I guess. This was kind of a defining moment in my life too, about like how the efficacy of fasting.
Great for your insulin resistance.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Changing the legal system.
Not so much. So we fasted for like a full 24 hours. Like it was a full 24 hours, no water, no food.
That's not good.
No, it was bad.
That was against my mission rules to not drink water while fasting.
Yeah, didn't drink water. And so we get the first time that we broke. Actually, this is an interesting story. I just realized the first time that I did eat, we this could be our doctrinal discussion too. Just that battery's going to run out. But our first meal was at a member's house, and it was chili. It was chili and cornbread. And I
for some reason I'm just imagining like some mishap where you just burn your hand by trying to scoop. That's just how I imagine you ate every dinner appointment. But anyways,
because I was
go
a
on.
freaking idiot. So I eat a lot of it. I eat so much. I eat the daughter's portion as well because I was hungry.
You're
right?
a hungry boy.
Hungry, cornbread, chili, beans, all these things that are sort of like difficult to digest a little bit. Like apparently beans are sort of notoriously difficult to digest.
Oh yeah.
So how did this go? When did I get sick? I think it was I go to sleep and then the next day I'm just like, it's like there was a cement truck in my stomach and it's just like so distended. Like when you can't fart, it's like you have so much food in you, but you can't fart even. Like there's nothing is going through, nothing is happening.
I try not to get to that point.
When that happens? When your body...
Every other day.
When your body just like rejects everything you're doing to it. So anyway, I'm just like, I don't feel so good. Dizzy, nauseous, I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I call up the mission president's wife, and she knows what's going on, but she doesn't want to tell me. But she's like, here's what you do. Drink a lot of water and then see what happens. And it was like
a little gallon challenge.
Yeah. So in this moment, I did do the gallon challenge, and then I got like a blessing from my companion, and it was just such like a. Anyway, I drank all the water, and of course she was trying to get me to throw up, and so I drink all this water. I'm like, and I go to the bathroom, and from what my companion at the time describes it at, he was like, it sounded like you were exorcising demons out of your body, because I would just like I lost all like self. I don't know.
But the chili
shame
was still in your stomach?
Yeah, man.
This was like
24 hours later, and it was like nothing had happened. It was bad.
That is bad.
And so all he could hear was just like, oh God, like kind of distant, like, oh God, please, oh God. And so he's just like, I don't know, reading Jesus the Christ in the other room or something, listening to me.
Listening to Motab.
Yeah.
hopefully praying for you.
The lilies of the field. So anyway, and that happens. And then like, I kind of come out of that. I'm still so sick. I've never felt sicker than after I've thrown up even still. Like I just feel so just like, And what happened was we got this sort of like out of nowhere, this couple who had visited church, they wanted to like learn about the church and be baptized, but it wasn't in our area exactly. They didn't live in our area, but we were sort of the first point of contact. And so our job that night was to like go and visit them. And so, but it felt so important, but I was super sick. But so it was just like, give me a blessing, Elder. Give me a blessing. And so he like gives me a blessing. And it was just so like, it was actually like a cool experience. For one thing, it's like maybe the fast got us that appointment or those people. I don't know. But also, we get there and I just feel terrible. And it was one of those things where I was just like, he's not after dinner. It was dinner, for goodness sakes. And I was like, ugh. And I think I told him I couldn't eat. But anyway, after dinner, we're just like on the couch and he's like doing the whole thing by himself. And I'm just like this slumped on the couch, just like eyes closed.
Full junior companion mode.
I was like, and I literally stopped the lesson. I was like, hey, can I go sleep somewhere? And I did. This was the only time on my mission this happened. I went by myself with a woman up to her bedroom, and she put me in her bed. And I slept for the rest of the lesson by myself up there.
How long was that?
I honestly don't know. Maybe 40 minutes, something like that.
I'm going to assume that you should have been sent home from your mission for that.
I should have. They should retroactively disbar me from...
dishonorable release.
Dishonorably to release me.
Tucked into bed by a woman as a missionary.
She gave me a kiss on the lips, no biggie. She was like a 60-year-old woman. Anyway, so those are the stories that made me think of that.
You never... I thought that was turning back around to the beautiful woman in the ankle bracelet.
Oh, yeah. Nothing
Just that you were
happened,
fasting for her.
Yeah.
But then the fast ended in tragedy, and she never got out of house arrest.
No, and she sort of stopped keeping commitments after that, and it kind of went downhill.
But she still has house arrest in your heart.
I love that. Absolutely, she does. Whatever her name was. Sorry, Emma. If she's, I don't know if Emma's still listening to these podcasts. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody listens anymore.
Shout out to Emma.
True
and faithful.
Actually, we do get listens. We're past 1,000 listens, by the way.
I've been telling everyone that for weeks. I hope it's true.
Well past. It is true. I think we're into the 100s too.
Well, I think this is also the time to announce to my parents.
Yes.
That the episode that got taken down was actually taken down.
Right. Yeah.
It's not our most listened to. That was a mistake.
I mistook that. I misinterpreted that. I don't think it's people. It's just whatever tracks. It's because it lists the most like recent 5, and then other tracks is just like whatever else is, So people aren't continuing to listen. I misinterpreted that. So sorry, Cheryl and Eric. Sherrick, we shall call them. I shall call them. Let's wrap it up. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do like a non-video doctrinal
sounds like
discussion.
you were almost,
if we want to.
We don't need to film that. No one wants to see me
get depressed and
get contemplate, just staring out the window. Bring this lamp right in.
We should have put the lamp more over your head. You're getting darker and darker as the sun goes down. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Hey, stay true and faithful.
Stay true and faithful, guys. We'll catch you next time. Hey, go to the website. It's themissionsstoriespodcast.com. Is it? Yeah, it is. .com. I was like, did we get the .com? We did. Instagram, The Mission Stories Podcast. Let us know if you like any of this or not. The Mission Stories Podcast @gmail.com. We'll read your email. We don't care. Lyndon, sign us off.
Stay true and faithful.
Bye-bye.